What's up, guys? Welcome to your 10th tutorial in JavaScript, and this time I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use the if else statement. Now what this allows us to do, as you saw in the last couple tutorials, that we gave JavaScript either one or two choices, but this time we're going to be giving it an unlimited number of choices. So first, let's type a variable. I'm going to use the variable name. I'm going to set it equal to Greg. Now, as you learned first, we can set this condition equal to something and have it execute a block of code. So I'm going to say if name equals Greg, then I want you to alert, I'll put hey Greg. And this is a basic if statement. And the next choice that we want to give it is not going to be the else statement like we learned before. It's going to be else space if, and then you give it a new condition. And we say in this condition, if name is equal, and notice I'm using two equal signs instead of just one. The two equal signs is when you're comparing something. The one is just called the assignment operator, and is for when you're setting variables. But since we're not resetting this variable, we just want to say if name exactly equals Steve, then what we want to do is alert hey Steve-o. That's what we'll say. Now this is what we're telling JavaScript right now. If the name equals Greg, then give us hey Greg. Else, if the name equals Steve, then tell us hey Steve-o. And for this else if, you can do this as many times as you want. You can do it just once, or you can do it 100 times, each with a different name and a different command. I'm only going to do this once, because I just want to teach you guys the basics first. But any time you want to end your else if statement, you end it with the syntax else, and you don't need any condition like before, because this already knows, alright, if we run through this and it isn't true, then we're going to go this, and if it isn't true, and if we get through all of this, then we're going to execute the else statement. So that's the automatic condition that it puts in for itself. If none of these are true, that's when we're going to execute the else statement. But we still need to give it something to do if they are not true. And in this case, I will say else I want you to alert, we'll say who the F are you, because it doesn't know who we are. Didn't get the right name. So let's go ahead and save this, and as you can see right now, our variable name is equal to Greg, so it should execute hey Greg. So let's refresh this, and it says hey Greg, and you click OK, and it ran through the rest of it just fine. But again, let's set this equal to Steve, and what's going to go say if name is equal to Greg. No, it's not that, so I don't want to do that. Else if name is equal to Steve, and then it's going to say yes, the name is equal to Steve, so I'm going to output hey Steve-o. So let's save this, refresh it. As you can see, it skipped Greg and went right to Steve-o, and that's what we wanted. And again, if this name is Bobby or something, or Bobney as I type, that's alright, we can leave it as that. It's going to say, alright, if the name's Greg, do this, but it's not Greg. Well, if the name's Steve, then put hey Steve-o, but it's not Steve. Else, if I get through all of these and they're all false, then I only have one choice left, to alert who the F are you. So let's save this and refresh it, and finally it tried everything it could try, and finally it was only left for one option, to alert who the F are you. So that is how you can give JavaScript a bunch of choices on how to do different commands using the if else statement. So study this and practice it and watch my next tutorial. Thanks.